Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where it is time to continue the main story as we return and head into patch 2.3 at last. Okay, as we're getting started, since it is the beginning of the week, it is a main scenario quest, and it is the beginning of a new patch. We have several things to go over before we get real quickly to the main scenario. First off, beginning of the week means minion roulette, and this week's minion is going to be Baby Adamantoise or Baby Tortoise? Tiny Tortoise, hello there. Alright, we got our Tiny Tortoise for the week. We've also picked up some rewards. From the hunt, I got the North Thandolin riding map. I got the Middle Lenosia riding map. And I got the Lower Lenosia riding map, getting us a little bit further towards having all mount speeds increased. No triple trad cars. I actually need to sell these off for MGP at the Gold Saucer. But I did get a new Orchestrion role, Beneath Bloodied Banners, which is from Halatali Hard. And then I got these from doing runs of Totorak for one of the upcoming Relic Step. So don't worry about the fact that I have 4 of those. I kind of wish I didn't. Actually, I can probably sell these off to other players who are having trouble getting that due to the RNG. Okay then, anything else I need to go over before we begin? No, I think we're good. There's one thing I learned about where we can go buy more rewards from shops, but we'll do that next time, I think. Alright, let's head on into the Rising Stones and get started with the main scenario for patch 2.3. I believe we checked with everyone at the end of the last patch, because yes, I remember talking to Thancred, who's flirting with Flamine. Yeah, you're still trying to hit on her. Good luck with that. Alright. Into the solar, let's go pick up our next quest. Hello, Minfilia. It has been a bit. Oh yes, as a couple of notes before we get started. One, I'm still working through the second Coils of Bahamut right now. You have already seen all the second Coils of Bahamut. On my end, I've only done turn 6 and turn 7, so I still have turn 8 and turn 9 left to go. Let me know how that went. Actually, I'll know by the time you're saying this, but I can't wait to see how that goes. Anyways, some of my gear will look a little bit off because we are now starting to get high Allagan gear. I don't have all of the high Allagan gear. I didn't spend too much time grinding out gear rewards from the second Coils of Bahamut, but I did get gear rewards from the second Coils of Bahamut, so some of my gear might be looking a little bit off and mismatched for just a little bit until I finish off second Coils, and even then, I'm not going to have any full sets of gear, I don't think. But yeah, no, my gear's starting to get a little bit mishmash, but also starting to get up into over 100 eye level, so that's good. What was the other thing? Crap, there was one other thing I wanted to go over. Oh yes, gear might change a little bit just as we go, once we get into next week, just since I still need to do some of those binding coils. Anyways, hello there, Minfilia. Minfilia's thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldesion. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. The Ryanje will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Magumag XII. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelves Wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Asilia? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ul'dah this time, are come to Revenant Stoll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Asilia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Satora, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Alright, we can be there for sure. Yeah, probably to be expected. There's tons of refugees in Eorzea at the moment. That they would have heard of our providing refuge status to the Domans. Of course that would spread and more might come seeking help. God, would I love to help all of them. I'm well aware that our resources are finite, but we have a responsibility to protect the people of Eorzea. Minfilia, I remind you that the responsibility is one we chose ourselves. We can do what we can, but we can do no more than that. We just need to figure out what our limits are and find alternatives where needed. Alright, you're still flirting, you two are still talking, so I assume it is largely the same in here. Then let's head out to the toll, out to the 7th heaven, and see what we can't do. Alright, right over here. Hello there. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed up on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, the only question was where. And then it came to me, Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was a product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us. If I might have a word. Tataru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells, now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. I think we could do that, Minfilia. Please. I'll do what I can. My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino and quickly. If he's in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papa Lima will see to it. Alphino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Satora! I really am sorry. I'll do whatever I can to help out. I'm slightly more optimistic than Minfilia, I think, but she is right, there's only so many resources we have. Though I haven't exactly seen the numbers. Don't believe what they say, I know these people. They would only take up arms to defend themselves. If there was a riot, I swear to you they didn't start it. I believe you. Real quick, I'm curious. Sorry, there's been too many moments in the main story where I've missed small bits of dialogue. Not even just small bits of dialogue, but like actual story developments with characters' personal stories. Just from not being there at a very specific moment. So I'm just a little bit paranoid. Okay. Onwards to Ul'dah. Let's go check on Alpha now. This is not good. Not good at all. Okay. Nearby. You've been moved to the quicksand. Got it. Alright, let's hurry up and go check on you. But if you're in the quicksand specifically, then I think you might actually be fine. Or at least recovered. God, even the tortoise minion spins. I hate it. I hate it so much. Stop spinning. Alphino, are you okay?
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Situation is bad. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some resorted to violence out of desperation. But I believe the refugees who came to speak to us and ask for our aid. Like, if some did resort to violence during the protests, one cannot deny that they were provoked by the years and years of and maltreatment. I hate the situation. I wish there was a way to fix it, both in-game and in real life, because there are many analogies to be made here. My opinion is, I hope, obvious. I side with the refugees, full stop. Okay, this is for healers, this is for casters, I believe, yeah, we have Menfina's earrings, so I'm not worried about that. That said, speaking of Menfina's earrings, I am reminded of one last thing we should check on before we end off for today. And that is, as you may notice down on the bottom right, I have a letter. I've got a nice little letter that is waiting for me. Let's see, it's not the itinerant Moogle we want to talk to. Where is the post Moogle? Ah, shoot, you're back up on Ruby Road Exchange. Got it. Alright, let's go find the post Moogle and check out what that letter I've received is. It's related to Menfina's earrings, so you might actually be able to guess what we're about to get. Hello there, Delivery Moogle. I hear you have a letter for me. Look what we have here. A new letter has arrived just for you, Kupo. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy XIV. Enclosed are a wind-up Zidane minion, dashing like its namesake. Good god, am I frustrated with Zidane right now. And a pair of his same as earrings, audacious like the goddess. This is the pre-order bonus for Dawn Trail. Dawn Trail is coming out as of this recording in 1 month and 13 days, so just under a month and 2 weeks. I'm excited. I'm very excited for Dawn Trail. Okay, so Azema's earrings. They are the equivalent of Menfina's earrings, but they go up to level 90 and item level 560, where Menfina's earrings only scale up to level 80 and item level 430. So, nice. We don't need these for a long time, not until we beat Shadowbringers, but nice. Improved earrings that last even longer. Wind up Zidane. Every pre-order comes with a minion. Usually the minion, at least in my experience, is... Generally, expansions will take a lot of inspiration from a prior Final Fantasy. We'll get to it in time, but I believe, for example, Stormblood has a lot from Final Fantasy VI, I think? I haven't played 6. Shadowbringers has a lot from Final Fantasy III, Endwalker from Final Fantasy IV, and from what we have seen so far, Dawn Trail's taking a lot from Final Fantasy IX. This is not to say that they are retellings or rehashes of those games, but they take a lot of inspiration from those games. And I can't wait to see what ways Final Fantasy IX ties into Dawn Trail. That said, I've been playing through Final Fantasy IX recently on my own time. I am, for reference on where I'm at, I just finished up at the, what's it called, the Ifa tree? The big tree up in the north. I just finished up there. I took care of the giant beastie there, and I think we're returning there real quick after the robbery in Eiko's town. If you played 9, you will probably know exactly where I'm at. Anyways, that's about how far I'm in there right now. Zidane is really frustrating, but like in a way that like they're doing something interesting with his character, and I can't wait to find out more. His character could very easily become one of my favorites, but right now he's really frustrating in very specific ways, and I really want to punch him. But yeah. Anyways, that's enough rambling. We got Azema's earrings to replace Menfina's earrings. Nice! I can go ahead and put Menfina's earrings in my armory chest. Not armory chest. Armoire. Armoire is what it's called. In the inn, so I don't need it in my inventory anymore. I can just have it for glams. But for now, Azema's earrings, awesome. And I think that's it? Yeah, no, that's it for today. We checked in with Alpha now. We heard about the situation here in Ul'dah. Hopefully we can do something to help the refugees, because this situation sucks. This situation sucks a lot. I very much agree with Alphino on basically every point he made, which is, I think you're a bit of a pretentious brat. You are a child who very much acts like he knows more than he does, but you have good intentions, and I agree with everything you said, basically. Anyways, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, more main story as we look for a way to help out with the refugees here. And we are also going to go check in at a shop, which I recently discovered actually has more stuff for us to buy, so we'll get some more rewards to put in our pockets. I'll see everyone next time for that.